Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Tracy, and today, before any further ado, I'd like to remind you once again what to do. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, please turn your notification buttons on. You hear it first. So, I will be talking about the R. Kelly case, or I should say the allegations, for the first time today on my channel. And I should say it's a very, very unfortunate situation all the way around for all that, or for all the people who are involved, right? And this will be, I know for a fact, this will be a part one of the conversation. So let me start by divulging the information that I think needs to be heard by whomever needs to hear it. And I believe that some of these parents, if not all the parents, I believe failed their children or failed their daughters. And because most of us have heard the allegations of the earlier years of Mr. Kelly's transgression, and they were not pleasant. However, he was never convicted of any wrongdoing, but we all smell the smoke, or we've all heard of the fire. And as my grandmother has always said, if you smell smoke, there's fire, or there's some sort of fire going on. So, with that said, all these young girls who have gotten in the presence of R. Kelly at such a young age, and come to find out that the adults in their life were allegedly or were a part of this come to Jesus moment with Mr. Kelly, because the allegations, or some of the allegations, were they were allowed to be in the studio with him, they were allowed to be on tour with him, they were living in his home with him. And where were the parents? How as a parent, unfortunately I'm not a mother, not yet, but if I have my underage cousin, or again my child, at what part of my responsibility would I relieve myself off to have my child in the presence of a grown man? Why? For what reason? What is there to accomplish? At 13, 12, 14 years old, why would I want to have my daughter in the presence of a grown man? For what reason? And we have all heard, okay, you ought to be living on the rock if you did not hear of his early transgression. And again, he was not convicted. But if you are someone who already hear that a volcano is across the street, are you going to go over there to test to see if a volcano is there? Or are you going to be wary of the fact, okay, a volcano is across the street, I'm not going across the street? At what point do you use your common sense to know, okay, I am not going to put my child in that situation because this and that and that and this and that and this happened? At what point do you adhere to that? Well, then now the same children are now saying that because there were perks involved, money was being thrown around, everybody turned a blind eye. Because there's one tape or one recording that I hear one child is basically rotting the parent out. The parents was receiving Louis Vuitton bags. They were receiving cash. They were flying here, there, everywhere. They were enjoying the perks of Mr. Kelly. So I'm trying to figure out, is this a situation where the well is dried up and now everybody's crying wolf? Or is this a situation where the allegations are true and the parents fail the children? There are so many different handles to look at this one situation where I just believe that the parents failed their children for likes, cash, and kind. And at the end of the day, the allegations, if the allegations are true, why now? Why are we now running to the media? Why, when your 13 and 12-year-old girl was missing from your presence, why weren't you at the police station? Why are you waiting 5, 6 years later, 2, 3 years later to come to the media? To me, I just find this a little bit fishy. You just cannot think, oh, my 14-year-old daughter was in danger a couple of years ago. Oh, I was 14 years old and I was in danger. Oh, I just remembered. So where was the brain of the parent? Where was the brain of the 14-year-old? Where was everyone's brain? Did it go on hiatus? What happened? How did you just all of a sudden realize this sudden realization that I was in danger or my daughter was in danger? So where were you? And I hate when people run with this thing. Oh, we were brainwashed. Oh, my child was brainwashed. What? As a child at 13, 14, 15, even 16 and older, I could not think about even listening to an R. Kelly lyric. I could not even think about, in my wildest dreams, going to an R. Kelly concert. I could not sing the lyric of an R. Kelly song. And these are the very same people who was touching and massaging and in the front row of R. Kelly concerts. How is an underage girl get in the presence of R. Kelly at a concert? These concerts are happening midnight. Basically after 8 p.m. As a child, you're supposed to be preparing to go to bed. Where was your parent? Or parents, where were you? When did you realize I failed my child? Why is it now that you're running to the media for help? Why weren't you running down to the police station 5, 6 years ago, 3, 4 years ago? What happened? You were brainwashed for that length of time? Or is it that the well has dried up? I am not here to say that this man is guilty or is not guilty. According to the allegations, if he has done any of what he's been accused of, he should be held accountable. But I also believe, and I firmly believe, that the adults who are part of these children's life should be held responsible as well. And call me stupid, or call me foolish, or call me naive, or call me whatever name you want to call me. But at the end of the day, all the people who were involved in this entire charade or this entire circus that is going on, everybody should be held accountable. R. Kelly did not go into these homes and abduct these children. He did not abduct them in the streets. Somehow, some of the parents said, and it comes from their mouth, some of their mouths. Example, Azrael, Clary's parent, said they personally brought their daughter in the presence of this man who, again, they said when they got information about the people who should be in charge of their daughter, they found out was not so. Like, but this daughter has been in the presence of R. Kelly for how long? So how are you now just running to the media for help? I don't know if anybody see the charade that's going on. I don't know if anybody see the neglect of children here. And people who should be parents or should have been parents to their daughters actually failed their daughters and failed miserably. And I am here to say, because I honestly believe, because the media is so much into sensationalizing things, and the media is so much into helping people give, whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, people are able to gain a coin. And people don't care how that coin is made. As long as it's a coin, whether it is shiny, whether the coin is blurry, whether it is rusty, they don't care how the coin is made. But I just believe people are just out here running to make money on the... It's disgusting. It is disgusting. It's not a good look. And I believe that as parents, we should be more responsible for our children. We should not be out here just handing off our daughters to Ishi and the old lady, or anybody who show up and tell you they can do this, that, and the third for your child, and you just take their word for it. There are so many other celebrity children that I've seen out here who have gone through this the industry, and they came out fine. Why? Because they had responsible parents. They had responsible parents. And again, I am always the last person to talk about a story, because I've always wanted to get even halfway of the facts, right? But today, please, like I said, this is a part one of the conversation with R. Kelly, and this is an ongoing investigation and everything else. But allow me to remind you what to do again. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, turn your notification buttons on. You hear it first.